I need to train some shoulders today. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I film a shoulder workout using dumbbells only? Because we don't all have access to a lot of equipment. And hopefully these exercises are a little bit different than what you're doing in your current training program. If I'm training myself or even my clients and we're doing any pushing movements, I always like to do an exercise that pulls our shoulders back, because we're like this these days on our phones, driving a lot, and our shoulders are always hunched forward. So I want to strengthen up our posture first. And since we're doing shoulders, I'm going to try and keep it shoulder related. This is like a reared out like variation. So instead of going out to the side like this, soon I'm going to have to take my jumper off. I like to do a reared out like this, pulling our shoulders back. I want to keep my chin tucked, shoulders down, and I'm just driving my elbows back, just like behind my body, and squeezing my reared out. I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to do about 12 to 15 of these. You want to keep it really light. Doesn't have to be heavy at all, and try not to let your shoulders roll forward and your traps come into the movement. That's why I want to keep those shoulders down. I can't even remember how many I've done now, but yeah, this is about 6, 7, 8. Nice to control and squeeze throughout the whole time. I'm going to do about 3 sets of these. I'm not going to film everything because this would be just too long of a video, but I'll do a couple of sets with you guys. When you get to about 9 or 10, they start to feel pretty heavy. Even these 3 kilos are starting to feel like 13 kilos. Try and keep it even and squeezing back. 1 set in and the jumper's already off. If you don't have like a bench, you can just hinge over and do this movement. But I just like the bench. It just sort of stops the like swinging, so you're not like using body's momentum. As you can tell, I'm just squeezing at the end. This is not like I'm not trying to show off here. You're not trying to like lift as much weight as you can, because then you're going to start to do this and like swing. I don't want to do that. Keep your chin tucked so your spine and everything is in line. I don't want to be up here like this either. Squeeze. I'm just trying to contract those rear delts and try not to flare your elbows out too. I'm trying to keep them tucked in. Think about pinky up the whole time. It won't take much. I'm trying to squeeze this little muscle. I can't even touch it back here. And also try not to be too arched like I am right now. Tuck your hips in and then go. Don't get me wrong, this is still a good exercise. I just want to show you something different. And if you didn't have a bench, see if I can do it like this. You can just hinge over like this and then do the same thing. But again, you're just having to use like a little bit more of your core. This way we can just isolate yourself a little bit more on a bench. Now our shoulders are primed up and set back in a good position. Now I like to do some heavy compound movements at the start of my session. They're prioritized at the start because I don't want to be tired and gassed and trying to lift heavy, big compound movements at the end. It's just not going to work. So one exercise is probably my favorite and also my least favorite. It's called a Z press. Now this is great for beginners. I always teach my gym beginners this before doing like any standing overhead press, because you use your core to keep yourself upright. When I'm holding the dumbbells up here, my core is activated. Press. I also should have said you want to try and keep everything straight. So you don't want to be hunched over here like this. You're using your core to keep everything straight. Feet out either straight in front of you like this, or if that's too hard, you can go a bit wider and set yourself up. But you don't want to be hunched over, shoulders forward. You want to be pushed back like this. You sit forward. It's got to be a bit of like tension on your hamstrings. Am I straight? I'm pretty straight. And then you're pushing straight up. Even that's hard. So this is also why I like it, because it's hard. But then I also don't like it because I also suck at it. It's going to be hard if you have poor shoulder mobility like myself, but it's got to train you to be using your core, especially if you're doing overhead press. Also great if you can do it with a barbell. If you have a home gym like me and you're using a barbell, this is hard to talk and coach at the same time. If you can do a Z press, because if you're doing a standing barbell press, I'm going to hit the roof with my barbell with the plates on the side. So this is a good alternative. And you really want to focus on that squeeze at the top. Again, not like popping out of it, because again, that's where it's the hardest part of the lift. Come straight up. Try to keep your elbows tucked in when you're doing it, not flaring out. You can just do a normal shoulder press like this too, but I'm trying to get better shoulder mobility. So I'm trying to do like that. If you're enjoying this style of workout, let me know in the comments. And if you do want some free workouts, there is some in the description. And if you want a dumbbell only workout that's 12 weeks long to help you build muscle or lose weight, check out the link in the description as well. Now this exercise is so humbling, bro. I'm only using 10 kgs here. So if you think, like, let's say I can do like a 70 kg, maybe even close to 80 overhead press, but when I'm just doing a Z press like this, how's my form? I'm only using 10. I'm trying to do about, for this workout, I'm doing about 3 sets of everything. Sometimes I'll do 4. I'm just doing 12 to 15 high rep if I can. This might be only 10. But yeah, you can play around with the rep range. For the littler stuff, like my isolation exercises, I don't usually go too much lower than 8, if anything. Maybe even a rear delt, I wouldn't even do 8 reps. Maybe as low as 10. But right now I'm doing like my structure of programming is just doing, let's see if I can do another set. My programming is a higher rep. I'm doing 12 to 15. I've been doing low reps for a long time. So if you've been training for a while and you're stuck in one like rep range, it's always good to change it up sometimes, you know? It's gonna be novelty, novel stimulus for your body, not always just doing something that you're comfortable in. I'm usually comfortable in that 6 to 8 rep range. I like to lift heavy as low as 2 to 4, but it's been a while since I've done like 15. Should even go to 20 sometimes, just to mix it up. Oh, I'm actually gas. Should have had more rest. Now, of course, we've got to hit the lateral delt. It's not going to be a shoulder workout if we don't hit the lateral delt. So we're going to hit it on like a 45, that's 53, this is 42, but that will do. Again, like the rear delt one, you don't have to be a hero, okay? Nice and light, because it's all about the squeeze on this one. Again, we don't want to swing. This is why I'm on the bench too. It's just going to take out that swinging motion. And I do like it when you're a little bit hinged over and you're coming up, rather than like standing up, being hinged over when you're doing the lateral delt. I feel like it just hits that lateral a little bit more. And you're going to try and keep it up to the side. It's a lot harder than it looks, especially in that end position. So this was why you want to squeeze at the top. You don't want to just pop, like use the momentum and just pop up the top there. You'll see a lot of people do this, even when they're just doing like a standing lateral raise. So I just want to squeeze at the top. Try and keep both of them even. And again, shoulders down, because you don't want to be hunched over and using your traps. When I keep those down, I need to remind myself and then go again. I feel like this could be nearly too much of an angle. I might switch on the next one. This might even be too heavy for me, bro. Ooh, I didn't even know how many I did there. I was trying to do 12, but I lost count. So I might even try this angle. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Yeah, and I like to get my chest over top, not down here. That way I'm like, it feels a little bit, I'm like crammed up and I don't have enough range. So I'm going to come up a little bit, get my chest up top here, and then set myself up. I'm still like raising out to the side a little bit, not like directly out to the side. Little bend in my elbow, just here, and trying to keep my shoulder, elbow, and my hand all in line with each other. It's always good to adjust and play around to feel what's best for you, because what might work for someone else might not work for you, you know, because everyone is different. We're all special in our own way. Now here we go. This is a little bit easier, to be honest, so maybe it's not good because I want to make it hard. So what's that? 5, 6. Got to get those shoulders down, Corey. I might do like a whole like series on this. Let me know in the comments if you would be keen to just do like dumbbell workout for your back, dumbbell workout for your biceps, which I've kind of already done, dumbbell workout for your legs, which will be hard for me because I'm dealing with a hamstring injury, but I could do quads, you know? There's always exercises and different ones that you might not, getting hard. And people always say, train to failure, but train to technical failure, you know? You don't want to, like, let's say I finish there, it's probably like technical failure for me. If I want to do any more, then I'm going to start doing like this. This is like a completely different exercise. I'm then training the body to do something different. I want to keep everything the same. Otherwise, I'm not hitting that target muscle. Sometimes it's good to do like cheating reps, but best off if you're like learning, just to keep it simple and keep the form the same. Don't just increase the weight for the sake of increasing the weight. Now the next one's a bit of a classic, but we have to do it. It's the Arnold press. And yes, I had to take my track pants off. It's getting way too hot. Now there's a couple of ways you can do an Arnold press. You can start this way and then open up and then do your press. But there's also, and then come back in. But you can also kind of open up and press at the same time. If you're a little bit uncoordinated, maybe like myself, you might open up first and then do the press. You just want to make sure when you doing the movement that your shoulders don't go like that. You want to keep them pointed to the ground at all times. Pretty much any time you're doing a shoulder press really, and then come back in. And then open up, press. Oh, keep them even though, and then come back in. Again, this is another humbling exercise. You're doing how many movements are you doing? 2 or 3 movements at once. That time I didn't even do a full proper rep. You want to come back in and come in here like this. You also don't just want to twist out your palms and then go like that. It's not just twisting the wrist. Actually open up your chest and your shoulders as you're doing the movement. Right, I'm so gassed. I don't usually train just in 4 or 5 shoulder exercises in one day. And I've been having not much rest. The slight variation we can do is an alternating Arnold press. So we can hold one here, open up, do one, come back down and then in, and then do the other. Now this is a lot harder because I'm actually doing an isometric tension hold at the bottom, just creating more time under tension, so which is going to make the exercise harder, which is great if you have not enough weight, because you're just making the exercise harder without adding any weight. And now you're also having to it's a lot harder to keep everything steady. As you can tell, my form is absolutely turned to shite right now. I've actually done a lot more that I've put on the video right now, because I've had to do a few more takes. As you can tell, I'm not very good at talking and doing this at the same time, but you might also find that you've got one arm that can do more than the other. Keep everything the same. So if your right arm can do more than your left arm, then just keep that the same. And when you're coming back here, don't rest. You need to keep those shoulders back, everything engaged. What did I just do? My right one? Yeah, so as you can tell, as I get tired, my arms are doing this. So you got to keep them up and try and keep everything even, keep it all the same. Bro, I reckon I can do a couple more. Remember, not train to failure if everything is different. I like to train to 8 to 9 RPE, which is 1 to 2 reps and left in reserve. Again, I'm only using 10 kg, but to be honest, my shoulders are probably one of my weakest parts of my body. Other than my baby calves, obviously. I'm going to show you one more exercise because what the hell, but those 4 exercises are plenty enough for your shoulders, especially if you did 4 sets of each, because there's 16 sets on your shoulders. Mine are absolutely gassed right now. Now we're going to do a leaning lateral raise, just something different rather than a normal lateral raise, but again, like the one where we're lying on the bench. We're not going directly out to the side here. We're going to do a slight angle. So if I was coming behind my body, I kind of come out in the front of my body. Again, I don't want to swing too much. Again, I want to hold at the top. This is where it's going to be the most hardest. Get a good lean on. Get a good lean on me. And get your shoulder, elbow in line, all in line with each other. Let me see if I can do the other way, see what it looks like for you guys, because I need to give myself a little bit of a rest. Out to the side. Bang! This is kind of not the angle I want to be on, but yeah, so you don't want to turn your elbow out, because then it's going to be more my front delt. Keep it turned up a little bit, prop out that lateral head a bit more when you turn your elbow up, but again, you don't want to be rolling that trap forward. But yeah, this is something different. Squeeze at the top, don't get too much momentum. Yeah, let me know if you guys thought that was good, and let me know another muscle group that I can do. If you enjoyed that, maybe I will keep going. Probably you just keep going because content is key. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Remember, there's some free workouts in the description. Hopefully you're gonna have bigger shoulders than me, because definitely a weak part on my body. I'll see you in the next video.